So, you might have seen the recent SRBMiner update for QHASH and thought, okay, another software update, cool. But let me tell you, this is so much more than that. The single update actually points to a massive strategic shift for the entire Qubitcoin network, and we're going to break down exactly why it's such a big deal.
Yeah, we really need to look past the lines of code here to see the grander vision. This is a story about a huge strategic pivot. It's about a whole new way for a network like Qubitcoin to grow, to secure itself, and to attract miners in what is, let's be honest, a very crowded market. It's a pretty fascinating case study.
And this right here, this is the core idea that changes absolutely everything. QHASH is no longer asking miners to make an exclusive all-or-nothing choice. Instead, it's offering to become an additional layer of income, something you can stack right on top of what you're already doing. Understanding what that truly means is key to all of this.
Okay, so to really appreciate how groundbreaking this is, we have to take a quick look at the old way of doing things. For years, proof-of-work mining has been a world of really high-stakes, all-or-nothing bets. You pick a coin, you point all your expensive hardware at it, and you hope you made the right call.
This is what we can call the miner's dilemma. You either have to commit 100% of your pricey hardware to a single chain, or you have to switch completely, basically abandoning the other one. This creates a ton of friction and what the source calls commitment anxiety. And that's a perfect term for it, right? Every decision is big, expensive, and frankly pretty nerve-wracking.
Dual mining just completely shatters that old model. It introduces the power of AND into a world that was always defined by OR. Miners don't have to choose between ecosystems anymore. They can now participate in multiple ecosystems all at the same time.
And this brings us right back to our main concept, the stackable yield layer. It's really as simple as it sounds. QHASH becomes a secondary revenue stream that you can literally stack on top of your main mining operation. It's not about replacing what you do, it's about enhancing it.
And you know, this isn't some far-off theory, it's happening right now. SRBMiner has already made it possible for QHASH to be dual-mined with some major algorithms like FISHHASH, AutoLegals2, and XHASH. This makes the whole concept very, very real and immediately available to a huge base of existing miners.
This chart just lays it out perfectly. The old hardware-first model is this high-friction, expensive battle for 100% of a miner's GPU. But this new integration-first model, it's completely different. It's a low-friction strategy that's all about attaching to what's already there. Growth suddenly becomes about expanding compatibility, not just about convincing people to spend a ton of money. It's just smarter.
Okay, so we got the what. Now let's get into the why. Why is this integration-first model so incredibly powerful for the QNASH ecosystem? Well, there are three huge benefits we really need to unpack. First up is growth through optionality. Instead of having to fight for brand new hardware, growth is now all about adding new dual mining pairs. Every new integration just compounds the network's exposure. And maybe most importantly, it makes it incredibly easy and low risk for miners to just try QHASH out.
The second big benefit is a more elastic and, well, responsive security model. The network's hash rate can now grow or shrink really quickly depending on what the market is doing. Now, some people might hear that and think it sounds volatile, but it's probably better to think of it as responsiveness. The security base is now dynamic, which means it can adapt to market shocks way more efficiently.
And third, and this is so important for the long-term health of any network, is decentralization. By supporting both AMD and NVIDIA GPUs and dramatically lowering that cost of commitment, the barrier to entry just plummets. This opens the door wide open for hobbyists and smaller farms to jump in, which makes the whole network more diverse and way more resilient.
So what does this new journey look like for a miner in practice? It's honestly incredibly simple. You keep mining your main coin, let's say FISHHASH, then you just flick a switch in your software to turn on dual mining with QHASH. And just like that, you're part of a new ecosystem, you're increasing your total yield, and you've taken on almost zero risk or friction to do it.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and really look at the big picture here. This isn't just some clever trick to get a little more hash rate. No, this is a major strategic decision to build a future that's based on integration, not just pure competition.
See, by supporting dual mining with coins like FISHHASH and AutoLegals2, QHASH is basically weaving itself into several different distinct mining cultures all at once. You could call it ecosystem layering. This way, it avoids being dependent on any single community, which dramatically increases its chances of being discovered and adopted.
At the end of the day, this strategy completely transforms QHASH. It's a move from exclusive commitment to combinational integration, from being hardware-dependent to being integration-driven, and from rigid participation to a much more elastic and responsive allocation of resources. This is the paradigm shift.
And it all comes back to this one really powerful idea. Modular systems, whether you're talking about software or entire ecosystems, scaled best through attachment. By making itself incredibly easy to attach to, QHASH is lining itself up with a proven, powerful model for scaling. Like the source says, this isn't just a minor update, it's smart infrastructure alignment.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. In a world that is so full of high-friction, high-commitment projects, QHASH is making a bet on the complete opposite. It's making itself the easiest thing to just try. And that brings up a really fascinating question for any project out there. What happens when making something easy to try becomes your most powerful engine for growth?